Hey guys, back with another video. Now that we're almost done with the 90 days and we're heading into the next 90 days, I'm going to introduce another thing. You can get online and punch in goal card and you can find really cool ones and print them off and fill them out. Or you can just, this is the one by my bed, just a little card, right? I leave one by my bed so I can read it right before I go to bed and first thing when I rise. And then the really important thing that I was taught is I have one in my pocket, and all day, not all day, but as many times as I can think, I reach into my pocket and I touch that thing and it sends an electrical charge from my hand up to my brain and it flashes that goal on the screen of my mind. And I know this might sound bizarre in the beginning, but right? So I'm impressing my subconscious with this goal lots every day. Lots of times, right? I buy these cards probably, I think they come in a pack of 100, right? And you could probably just as easily get them online that says goal. But the main point of this whole thing is how you fill it out, right? At the top is going to be, I put the date that I want to manifest that goal by. Right, so if you're doing a year-long one, then obviously it would have been from January 1st until, right, end of the year, December 31st. The second thing I do is I do it in past tense, right? I am so happy and grateful now that, and then I state what I want, and then I also write what I'm willing to do to receive that, right? Render extremely the best service I possibly can in the best interest of everyone to the best of my ability by such and such date in the equivalent amount of money that would generate, right? So date, I am so happy and grateful now that. Goal, what service or product are you doing to provide to get the goal, right? Are you selling houses? Are you selling something? Are you providing a service to help people, like whatever it is that you're doing? And then what kind of service are you willing to give and energy? And I always put in the best interest of everyone, that I use wisely and get to keep, save, donate, spend, invest, whatever you want to put on there also, right? Because I found I've received things before and then they left. And so, the more studying I've done, I found that you really need to be specific, very specific, that you get to keep it, right? There's no point in getting a bunch of money or getting a new car or getting a new house or getting some nice clothes or getting an amazing relationship if, for one, it's not the divine order for you, and for two, if you got to get rid of it, right? We want to be able to keep it. So those are some of the basic things I do. And I keep one in my pocket and I have one right by my bed. So first thing in the morning, I read it. Before I go to bed, I read it. And what it really does, the one by my bed, what is really good is it's the first thing I see when I get up and it's the last thing I see before I go to bed. And these were all things suggested to me from mentors and books I've read and narrations I've listened to that all agree that this is the best way to do it. So now that we're heading into the next 90 days, I'm going to start adding things, right? Now that your mind is slowed down a little bit, you're starting to get some order. You're not being bombarded as bad. You're staying present a little bit longer during the day than you have been, right? And you're really going to start seeing this next 90 days, a lot of things changing, especially the way you feel, and that's the big one, right? I've read so many case studies and I've listened to so many podcasts and people talk, successful people that say they really wish they would have made bigger goals in the beginning. And the reason is because it makes you grow and stretch, right? My mentor taught me you're not setting the goal to achieve the goal. It's great that you do achieve it, but what you really want to do is grow and stretch, right? You want to expand your awareness. You want to learn more through studying, right? And changing who you are. So This next 90 days is going to be we're going to emphasize a little more on stretching and growing and thinking big and not playing it safe. We do not want to be playing it safe, especially, I've read too many stories and where, people have money, but they're unhappy. People have money and they're sick, or people have money and their kid's sick and there's nothing they can do, right? So I don't really think it's about the money. I think what's really going on is we want money and lots of it because the way we think we would feel, right? We would have financial freedom. We would be able to go wherever and do whatever with whoever, right? That sense of freedom and ease, right? That's really what we want. Money's just a byproduct that we need to be able to do those things, but it's not the money. And I know in the beginning, if you're like me, you're going to think if I just had more money, everything would be okay, but that's not true. It can help. It can, being in a relationship and expecting someone else to make you happy. Now that might work temporarily, but I promise you that person is going to get very resentful towards you and sick and tired of your crap. You got to figure out how to make your own self happy. They can enhance your happiness and you should be doing the same for them. But for you to put all of that expectation on someone else or something else. And the other thing is getting trapped in the physical. And I see this all the time. I see people rolling around in cars that they can't afford. I see people living in houses that they can't afford. I see people trying to make themselves feel better with all of this physical crap. Guys, it's an inside game. You have to go inside. There is no two ways about it. It's an inside job. And once you change yourself, everything changes. So Gold Card, look it up if you want to get a nice fancy one that goes in a sleeve. Fill it out. Keep it on you. I suggest putting one by your bed. You can put one on a mirror in your bathroom. If you don't want to put it by your bed, or you get up in the morning or wherever you go first in the morning, put it there. But it was suggested to me, read it first thing as you arise and last thing before you go to bed. And then while you're sleeping, right, now your mind's got something, once you start attaching feeling to it and you start understanding that, you start getting excited knowing that things are coming and you're seeing synchronicities and little things are showing you signs that, yeah, this is happening, right? And then put that one in your pocket and try to feel it as many times in a day as you can. I mean, if you can have your hand in your pocket all day long, right, you could stay extremely present because when you're holding this thing, you're thinking about it. Your mind's not wandering off on things that you don't want. It's fixated, right? So appreciate it, guys. Gold Cards, look them up or just punch it in on YouTube. And I'm sure there's a gajillion different videos on Gold Cards, but yeah. Thanks, guys. Have a great day. Like and subscribe, please. Thanks. Bye.